Hi, I'm Amy Cesare, author and illustrator of The Coloring Book of Shadows, and I recorded this video live on Facebook, so it is raw and unscripted, and I may sound like I'm talking to myself or saying hi to people who aren't there or answering random questions, but hopefully it gives you some inspiration and ideas on how to color your own magical stuff. Yay, happy Saturday! You know, I've been really wanting to do a live coloring show on a weekly basis, but I didn't have really a place to do it. My workspace was sort of in the middle of the house, and it was really distracting and hard for me to get things going. But last week I moved into my first real office that's just for me. There's a couple cats in here with me too. But anyway, so I'm gonna color a thing, and I want to make this a weekly thing. I picked Saturday. I thought that would probably be good because maybe, I don't know, maybe you're at work, maybe you're not. But either way, I'm here right now. So I picked this color scheme from, I'm obsessed with Babes in Toyland, the old Disney movie right now. I watch it a lot. And the opening credits have some really cool colors. So one of the little stills in the opening credits, I kind of just picked the colors. They're very bright and playful. And I figured I would just kind of use that as inspiration to color this page. So let's start. I kind of thought the background would be melon. The screenshot I saw from Babes in Toyland, it had like a melon colored background. So I'm going to start with that. Oh, and I got a new pencil sharpener. I know there's always questions about it. I've tried a bunch of them. This is definitely my favorite one that I've found so far. It's on Amazon. It was like $6. You can adjust the tip sharpness. I'm like on a 3. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that, but it's a really cool pencil sharpener. Ta-da! I think it's like the sharpest blade that I've found of pencil sharpeners. Okay, so I'm gonna just start really chill coloring the background. I know that's common thing that people want to do, so I'm just gonna use the melon and just really simply, I'm holding my pencil kind of at an angle. It just puts it down a little faster and lighter. Also, maybe you don't press quite as hard when it's on its side. It's just a way to do it. If you want to hold it upright, you totally can too. Everything I say is totally a suggestion. Like do it how it feels good to you. But I kind of like to hold it at an angle. It helps me put it down a little lighter, and then I can layer it up if I want it darker. Okay. But this will be like a really fun, playful, colorful snack tray. Sacred snacks. I've had this song in my head for like days, which I kind of like, but it's getting a little annoying. But I'm listening to it again, so it's my own fault. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but if you've never seen Babes in Toyland, the original with Annette Funicello, it's an experience. It's on Disney Plus. Okay. So these are my colors if you just joined. I'm making this real colorful look. Yeah. So it should be fun. It should be like a little bit of a party scene. And I'm just going really lightly. You know, I don't worry too much about staying in the lines or out of them. Like if I'm doing a small space, I really just like trust my hand. Obviously, I've been coloring a lot, but you don't have to worry too much. You can kind of just let your pencil flow and trust yourself, and it really will find its way into like little spaces like this kind of thing. Oops, I'm off the screen, sorry. Like these kind of spaces up here, you don't have to be all, you can be perfect if you want. You can do it however you want. But if you just kind of let your hand go over it, it'll find all the right spots, and then you can touch it up. And I'm not really thinking too much about light source on this because I just want to kind of chill and relax and color and not think too hard color. But I like to do both. Right now I'm just trying to get a little start of the background. Am I still on the camera? There I am. Hi, Patty. Happy Saturday. How's it going? Okay. So just doing this really quick. This might be boring to watch. I don't know, but backgrounds take a little time. I think they're one of the more meditative things to do though, once you get going with it, because you don't, it's one color, you kind of get into a rhythm, maybe becomes a little bit like of that nice wordless, mindless kind of state of flow. But I'm just getting a like a layer here of the melon background color, and then I'm gonna do more things. Then I'm gonna add more like dynamic shading and stuff to it. Oops, am I going off the... It's Alice! Hi Alice, what's happening? Okay, so then see, like I'm gonna make it darker on this right hand side, but when I'm fading to white, it's a good experience to practice. Like if you want to fade, you can make it as dark as you want. Have fun at work, Patty, or I hope it's okay. I'm glad you're semi-retired. That's awesome. Okay, so like I'm blending to white, and I think it's fun to try to blend any color to white, and then like barely touch it on the paper, and then you can blend it out. But that's just a nice, you can think light as a feather if you want while you're blending to white. But then you can go really, really dark and still keep that nice blend out to fade to white. I like a gradient personally. Of course, you don't have to do it that way. Okay. So see how kind of nice that's looking? I think it looks nice. Okay. And then I'm going to start picking some colors to put what in what. I kind of picked these colors. I did add a tan for like the brown cutting board, which wasn't in my inspiration, but we'll see. Can you hear that saw? Hopefully that's not too distracting. I think my husband's drilling a hole in the wall upstairs. Okay. So the shadow, I'm gonna like on the left-hand side of some of these cheesecakes and whatnots. I'm gonna put a shadow, a drop, like a cast shadow on the left-hand side of them, and see how that just makes it look like they're shadowing. That's easy and just kind of fun. And if you just keep it to one side, like here, I'm gonna go off the camera. If you do it just on the left side of this little snack tray here, it gives it kind of a cool look, right? It looks like it's shaded or shadowed, throwing off a shadow. Especially on the cheesecakes, that looks awesome. We'll do the knife too. A little bit in there. Yay. Oops, I went off the screen. Sorry. It's hard to remember sometimes. I get into the zone and then like, you know. Okay. So darkening up the shadowy left-hand side of these a little bit, and then maybe I'll use that as a basic light source. So if the shadow is on the left, the light would be on the right because the shadow is opposite the light. So I just kind of plunked a shadow on the left, a cast shadow that the items are casting, like your little shadow that follows you around. Cool. Okay, that's probably good for the background for now. I'll move on to something a little more exciting. Not that backgrounds aren't exciting, but they're a little more on the tedious side. And I can always darken it later, but that gives us cool. My knife looks sort of medievally correct. That's awesome. um, I'm probably correct in nothing that I do, but I'm glad you like it. Sometimes I base things in reality, but then they always end up going their own direction. Okay, so let's see. I haven't thought too much about which colors I would make the things on the page, but the knife is calling to me to be this light blue, so let's start with that. And since Alice pointed it out, let's start with that. All right, so we've decided that the shadow's on the left, so the light's on the right. That means I'm going to make my lightest parts kind of on the right-hand side, just as a general. It doesn't have to be perfect with light source and shading. Sometimes you just kind of guess it, and that's good. And I want to keep it to these colors to keep it like to this look, this fun, really playful kind of a party look that I was going for. So we'll see. Oops, am I off the screen again? Hopefully you can see that okay. So just on the left of each of these things, start adding a little more shadow. And my light's on the right. So for this part of the handle, if my light's on the right, so like this is a set, you treat this little stick out part as its own dealio. So the shadow is on the left again. So the shadow's on the left of that part of the handle, the shadow's on the left of this part of the handle, and then I'll fade it out. Dum, dum, dum. Just a little bit in there. And sometimes you can just like use how light falls, and then sometimes if it just doesn't look right to you, you can just add however you think it looks right. And then not too detailed down here on the swirly thing. Cool. And then these things, a little darker. I like to kind of mid-tone it, like put a kind of a wash of the color and then darken the shadows even more. That's coming along cool. At first it looked crazy because it was a blue knife and I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? But I think, hi, Kim. Oh, good luck coloring your page. I can't wait to see, post it. We want to see. You'll do awesome. I was like, what am I doing making a blue knife as I was doing it? But now this is cool. I see why I made a blue knife. It's awesome. Okay, all right. Now I don't have a purple for the violet, but that's cool. I'll come up with something else. I have pink and light blue, so maybe I'll mix those up together. All right, so just a moment here to use my brain and think about what I want to do with like the cakes and stuff. Well, I did pull out the tan pencil just for this cutting board, so maybe I'll just do that really quick. And you could do a lot more fancy with the wood grain here, but I'm probably not going to go too fancy. My awesome pencil sharpener, I showed it at the beginning if you didn't see. Ta-da! My favorite one yet. It's I like that you can adjust the tip size with this cool dial, but also it's the sharpness of the blade. Like it feels, it's quality Japanese made. So the way it sharpens, like it just feels like the blade is the sharpest. And I've been trying a bunch of sharpeners. I got kind of frustrated with like all of them. Oops, I forgot to do that. Here, that needs to be colored. Boop. Okay. So that's my new favorite sharpener. All right, so I'm just quickly doing this. I'm quickly doing this to block out the color. Sometimes that helps if you don't know like exactly. And then once you start seeing things colored, you can add more to the other items kind of pop out as what color they want to be. I had a color scheme planned out, but not too much detail of like what items I wanted to be which colors. The background I wanted to be that melon. If you missed the beginning of this, I picked my colors from one of the opening scenes in Babes in Toyland. The opening credit has opening credits has some really cool colors. Okay. So now that that's brown, it's sort of like, I'm not done with it, but it's giving me kind of an idea of how this page is going to shape up. And let's see what else. So the other colors I have like red. That's really bold. I don't even know where that's going to go. Maybe some of the leaves should be that red. It's red orange actually. Maybe if I made some of the leaves red. Boop, boop, boop. So the Babes in Toyland things was really red and pink, and it had just a little bit of the other colors like green and blue and yellow. So I think I'm going to try to keep it like that. Let's do the leaves and things in red orange. I think that sounds fun. Okay. Maybe a little bit of pink. Might as well. Cool. All right. So let's see. So I had the shadow sort of on the left. That's cool. Shadows on the left, lights on the right a little bit. So that means my darkest color and saturation will be on the left, approximately. Definitely don't like stress yourself out with light source or, you know, there's ways to simplify it, like doing the front on shading like we did in the free class. And then once you're ready for a little bit more, you know, you can try something new. But I'm going to just keep it fairly simple, dark part on the left, lighter part on the right, and you can kind of see how that looks like the lights falling on the right and the shadows on the left. And then if you do that over and over on all of the objects, just stick to that simple little formula, then the page, when your eye picks it up, it'll look like it's all shadowy. Even if it's not perfectly done, it'll still kind of give that effect if you have enough of it. Just like these cheesecakes, like whatever cheeses, cheese wedges, vegan cheesecakes. I don't know. Okay. Those look cool. Those look cool in red. Red orange. If I wasn't on live video, I'd be singing along with this ballad. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but it's the love song. Tommy Kirk, Annette Funicello, Babes in Toyland. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Those turned out like nicer than I was expecting. I don't know why. But I think they look cool. Okay. So I think these flowers are going to be pink. Oops. Boop. Did I say boop? Probably. That's like a common thing I say. I say a lot of ridiculous things, if you haven't noticed yet. Just fair warning. Silliness abounds. Okay. So this pink is not very different than the melon, but I'm going to work it in somehow. I'm like doing cheater style on all these little flowers. Like I'm coloring them all at once. Which is fine. You can do them individually. I think I'm going to go back with the red orange and add darker shadows. But for now, I'm just still kind of blocking out the color. Deciding what colors I want to make the things on the page. Yay, this is fun. This feels good. Oh, and let me know in the comments or whatever, like, I'm thinking Saturday might be a good day to do a weekly live video, but if you think that not, tell me what you would prefer. And I'll be posting them on YouTube and they'll be like rewatchable. So if you can't make it live, of course, you can always rewatch it. Okay. So that's pink and then red, orange. So the light's on the right, shadows on the left. Not too much here. These are tiny. I feel like I need to get really close to it. I'm just darkening these like a little bit. I'm not going to go too crazy because it's a little detail, like a clustery type thing. But kind of put some more shadow on the left-hand side because that's my little shadowing rule for this particular piece, is that the light's on the right and the shadow's on the left. So I'm kind of just loosely, not thinking too hard, adding a little bit of the red orange just to darken those flowers. That looks pretty good. It needs some more attention. Sometimes these little things are fussy. Cool. That looks good though. Overall, the look of the page is kind of what you can always go back and add more. So like if you're still trying to block out the colors, you can do these things simply. And then just kind of flat looking flat is always fine. You don't have to shade anything. But if you're blocking out color, you could do it flat and then decide, hey, maybe I do want to add some more shadows and stuff. That's what I do. I go back a lot of different times. Okay, so that's probably good for these guys for now. Okay, it's good for now, but I just can't stop shadowing it. Oh, I like have to finish it now. Okay. Fine, fine, fine. Cool. Okay, stop. Okay, now I'm gonna get the pink. I'm just gonna go back with the pink and like blend it in. So I added red, orange, and now pink. I did color over a lot of that initial pink with the red, orange, but you can kind of see it there still adds pink to the page. It's cool. It's all good. All right. And then I think with the rest of these, some of the leaves in the middle, I'm going to go for the green, I think. But the ones on the edge, I'm going to go for red just to keep like a continuity on the page. And of course, you don't have to use continuity ever. Continuity is an option. So I'm both, I would say I'm coloring by spirit here because I did come up with the colors. I did pick some pencils, but I'm going by heart, like kind of just letting it flow on the page. So you can do a combination. You can do both. You can do whatever you want. Hi, Cornelius. Cornelius is here. Did you guys hear that? Come in, bud. He wants to be on the live show. Come on in, Cornelius. He might not be able to open the door. Come on in, bud. Use your paws. Use your paws. Okay. Yeah, come on in, bud. Say hi to the coven. Hi. Hi, Cornelius. Good boy. Oops, cat hair. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't pet you at the same time though, bud. You have to chill out for a while. He's a funny guy, Cornelius. Yay. Okay, so these I'm doing like way simple. I'm just kind of coloring these red orange without thinking about it at all. Let's just do that. Then we can add more detail. We gotta choose the colors of these snacks. Let's talk about the important thing here, huh? The snacks. Okay. Yeah, I can add more detail to those later. But overall, like I like the way my page is flowing. That's kind of the colors I had in mind. All right. So I want a couple green things on the page, and I like to do things in 3s or 5s. Odd numbers are good. But you can always do 2s. Pairs are good too. It's balanced. So let's see what happens here. But I'm going to start, and I don't want a lot of green on this page, just a tiny bit. Oh, that dip could be green. Or whatever, that goo in this thing, that goo right there. Let's see. So I'm just gonna start filling in a couple things that I think might be green. A cheese could be green. Dude. This, of course, could be a different color, but I'm gonna make it green. Darker on the left. Doesn't have to be absolute, but can help give the look. Okay. Yay! That's a cool little leaf. Looks all round. All right, so I need at least one more green thing. Not two. That crystal could be green. This cheese is calling me to be green. I don't know why, but let's do it. And I went off my light source for the cheese, but it kind of just told me how it wanted to be colored. So I just did what spoke to me. It's a green cheese, you know? It's like a real fancy kind. Okay. How about some more yellow? We don't have a lot of yellow. Hi, Angela. Oh, yes. About the planner in the UK. It's a tiny bit different than American, but not much. So the big difference is that the time zone here is Eastern time, American, but I'm not in Eastern time either. So there's going to be a little tiny bit of adjustment, but I give the actual times of things so you can adjust it. So I have to subtract 3 from Eastern. I'm in California. If you're in the UK, I think you just add 5. So usually it doesn't change the date of the moon unless it's like 5 hours to midnight. But it makes it, I try to make it easy by giving you the exact times. So you can, anyone in any time zone is going to have to kind of do a little bit of an adjustment. Me too. I thought about making it in my own time zone, but I think Eastern's a little more standard. Okay, so this particular piece of cheesecake, it's gluten-free, so I can have it. Haha. It's gonna be yellow, obviously, and darker on the left, shadowed, and my light's on the right. So just a really general rule of thumb there, not being perfect about it, but that's a general look, and then it looks like I have a similar look, so you can kind of start to imagine the light in your mind. We'll make the crust brown. Doesn't have to be. Thanks for asking, Angela, and thanks for watching. Okay, this is really fun. I like the way this is turning out. It's a playful color scheme, but I think it's working. The cheeses are gonna start being funny colors, but that's okay. Okay, let's see here. Just thinking in my brain for a second. Oh, that could be a green cheesecake up top. I think I need to add another blue thing. Maybe these cheeses will be blue. Yeah. These, oops, I'm off the page again. These pages will be blue, or these cheeses. Blue cheese, right? Or tofu. They're tofu blocks if you don't eat cheese. Just make it whatever. Make it your favorite. So just my very general lighting. The light's on the right, so the shadow's on the left. And I'm just keeping it like real basic. So that's a piece, that's on a diagonal. So you could just do it, split it in half like that. That looks cool though. It looks sort of like, I don't know if it looks like a cheese block or a snack, but I think it does. And blue. But I think the mind still reads it that way, even if you use abstract colors. Pretty. That looks like almost like a lime wedge, which is fine. Or it could be like a snack. Well, obviously it's a snack, but okay. Yeah, sometimes even for me, it's hard to make things not like the color that they would be in real life, but I think it's a fun experiment to stick with a color scheme and see what comes out. Okay, so this one's gonna be yellow, which is pretty realistic for a cheese. And then darker on the left-hand side, just to go with my little general lighting scheme. Cornelius, you're being such a good boy. Oh my gosh. He's a crazy dude. He comes up he comes up with all kinds of crazy games and like shenanigans, and it's funny. That looks cool. I actually like it with the white rind. I was going to color that in, but I'm kind of glad I didn't now. Okay. Thinking in my brain. Got a couple items left on the page. What color should they be? So I feel like I could do one more green thing, and it would either be the cheesecake or the crystal. Let's do the cheesecake. Little crust. Oh yeah, this cheesecake is perfect in green. Lime. Really light. You can go as saturated as you want. Just keep going. Keep going till you get that saturation that you like. Let's make this a pretty saturated key lime cheesecake. Is that a thing? That sounds so good right now. It's like making my mouth water thinking about it. Ah, snacks. Okay, cool. This looks so fun. Thinking. So let's see. Maybe this goo thing will be blue. Oh, the flower should be blue, not the goo. Yeah. Yeah, this is fun. It's hard for me to do the coloring and talking at the same time. So the live videos are going to be a little more raw, but I'm going to try to get better at it and also explain like when I can explain what I'm doing. But right now I'm just sort of letting loose. Like I'm kind of keeping the lighting to the left, but not too much on this flower. I'm sort of just like letting it be free. A little variation, like just sort of coloring it blue, but making some of it darker, some of it lighter, and then it looks kind of natural to me. I don't know. Let's turn it this way and then you can see the whole thing. Oh, wow. That's looking so fun. I love it. I picked fun colors, I think, so it's adding to it, but okay. Almost there now. Just thinking really hard here. I don't know what color to make the breads and stuff. Ooh. Well, I guess pinks and reds. Let's make them kind of pink. What the heck? They could be pink and yellow. They could be like a... I also have the brown, the golden, the tan, but the cutting board is tan. So keeping... Oops, sorry, I'm off the screen again. Keeping the... What do you think? Pink? Yeah? Cornelia says pink. I'm adding the shadow on the left. My light's on the right, so like really basic shadow on the left. Really loose, not too fussy. You can get fussy if you want. I say don't get fussy. And someone's like, but I want to be fussy. Be as fussy as you like. It's fine. I'm just trying to say you don't have to be. You can be chill with it if you want. Your call. Your own style is what makes it special. Okay, so I'm just darkening the tan, maybe to procrastinate on the choice of what color to make the breads and the crackers there, but heck. Okay. I said pink. And Cornelius wanted pink. Whoops, throwing pencils. I'm going to make some golden brown on these, though, with the tan. And then I think I'll work the color in. And then this is the same pencil as the background, or this cutting board. But if I keep it really, really light pressure, you still see the contrast between the two objects. So this could just be a tan piece of bread, seeded loaf, whatever you got there. It could be the same color as the cutting board and still show a lot of contrast if you just keep it lighter or make the background darker. Either same div. This is turning out really fun. It's like a party spread. Okay. Just because my sense of reality is trying to stop me from coloring this piece of bread pink, I'm gonna do it. Just get out of my comfort zone. It might end up looking more like a cake or a cupcake or something, but that's cool. Actually, I love that. I'm so glad I did it. See, that was scary for a second. I don't know why. It's so weird. Okay. I got over my fear. I colored the bread pink and it turned out really cute. It looks more like one of those pastries. I don't know if you know those. Really, they're so good. Oh my God, just thinking about them. Maybe I'm just hungry. Those Mexican pastries. Delicious. They're like different colors. Those are good. Oh yeah, look how cute that looks. I'm so glad I made that bread pink. Even though my unconscious mind was telling me not to do it. So weird. Okay. Cool. So let's do the same for the crackers, because this is like, oh, that has such a cool look. I'm so glad I did my bread like that. Okay. Onwards. Trusted my weirdness and it paid off yet again. Oh. All right, so I'm going to do these crackers the same as I did the bread. I'm kind of doing them all at once. I'm adding a little tan, just very lightly for the golden hue. And then with my pink, because they're a special magical pink cracker, I'm going to just blend it in, but not too much pink. Doesn't have to be perfect. Those look really delicious. And then shading the underlap, like they'd be a little, they maybe would or wouldn't be, but if things are underlapping like that, just a darker line makes it look like a nook and cranny kind of shadow, or they're underlapping. Those look like magical snacks. I thought this would turn out good because usually things turn out fine, but this is like way better than I was expecting. It's like super magical. Okay, so we have like 3 or 4 more items. I'm thinking really hard. It's hard to think. Okay, let's see here. I feel like that crystal is calling just to be like a rose quartz, real simple. So the light's on the right, generally speaking. That means the shadow's on the left. So I'm gonna not think about the crystal too hard, but just start shadowing the left facets. Mid-toning it in the middle and then leaving, that's gonna be like almost white on that side just to show a lot of highlight. Okay, and then with my red orange, since there wasn't a lot of contrast between that and the background, I'm just going to darken the shadows on the left, sort of. And then it'll give a little more contrast to that from the background. It'll stand out a little better. Cute. Oh yeah, that's so magical. Okay. And then you can always add more detail to these things and keep going with the saturation. But I might leave it like a little bit lighter just for time's sake. But you can just keep going. Like you could get a darker red and add more shadows. You could darken the background as dark as you want. You could add a darker blue. You could just keep going with the saturation and the darkening. That's up to you. All right. A couple more items. We're almost done. Let's see. I feel like the goo dip is going to be white. So then let's see, what color is the little plate? Pink. Pink and red. So really lightly coloring it pink. And leaving white in the middle. I colored some of the goo pink a little bit. That's okay. If it's that light, you could erase it. I'm just going to leave it because I don't know where my eraser is right now. You probably can't even see it. I just went in the goo a little bit with the pink, but it's no big deal. And then the pink and the red orange actually are looking pretty good together. So I'm going to just darken it. Add shading and contrast, shadowy stuff with the red orange. Maybe I should just make that whole plate red orange. Okay. I talked me into it. The plate is turning from pink to red. Because these reds are dark on the edge, and then this will like give some contrast. Now that goo looks too white, though, I think I'm going to have to pinken that up. It'll be like a salmon dip. Vegan salmon, if you prefer tuna. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's use that. Okay, so I'm going to keep it mostly white, this dip, but I'm going to add a little bit of the melon color to it for this tasty little snack dip here. Whatever it is, you can decide. Pink hummus. Frosting. Cool. That looks pretty. 2 more flowers. I guess they're calling to be pink. It's a violet, but I didn't pull a purple pencil, so it's a pink violet. Yo, that'll be fun. It's a pink violet, but I'm gonna add blue just to like purple it out a little. This is actually a pretty violety blue. If that makes any sense. Pretty. You think it's pretty, Cornelia? Is it lunchtime? Tuna surprise. Okay, I'm just gonna make that. It looks a little like cotton candy violet, but that's cool. It's pretty. Cool. So one more primrose. What color do I want to make it? It's the last piece. Do you find it hard to pick the last piece color too? Why do I? Let's see. Maybe I'll just do it like violety like my other flower. Pink, violet, pink. I don't know. Pick one. Just pick one. I'll do it like I did that other. That one's blue, but I don't. The blue and the cheese, I'm gonna keep it a little different and do pink. Yay, and then just a little bit of blue on the pink just to mix colors for fun, make it look purpley. Oh, yeah. Yay. I love it. I think it looks awesome. That was really fun. My color scheme was kind of crazy, kind of fun, but I think it worked out. I got to make some interesting choices, and I like how it came out. It is like looks like a sunset over a magical snack party. Cool. So thank you for watching. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you color something and then post it in the group because we want to see. So have a magical weekend. Bye.